They made you think the great Rick Chow, this evil human being over here, killed a man over $1. And that is disgusting, that is awful, that is abhorrent, but that's not what happened.
Now people know Shaun Kent. You blew up on TikTok around the Diddy trial because you gained 32 million views on one video, and then it's kind of been going ever since. But then your trial that you were recently in was on Court TV, same as lots of other trials you've done. And people started connecting the dots, going, that's the guy I follow on TikTok.
It was wild.
Can you talk me through what happened?
So we had a case, I got involved on it, United States, or I say state of South Carolina versus Rick Chow. Thought nothing of it, just like another case, like a typical case that we'd have involving with Court TV in the courtrooms. It switched quickly from people focusing on the trial to focusing on me. Like, which I've never had.
But there is a reason. Can you talk through the allegations?
And it's the allegations of the case are different from what made it a big deal. But in the simple parlance, what made it a big deal for the world to find out about is Rick Chow is an Asian store owner in South Carolina. And the allegations were that a young man went inside of his store. And when he left the store, that Rick chased him along with his son outside the store and summarily ended up shooting him. Now, what made it such a big deal was that 5-second blurb is the world ended up thinking that Rick Chow, the Asian, shot an African-American male in the back. That's all we heard.
He was 14.
He was 14 years old. And so if you make it even simpler, it became Asian man shoot black kid in back. And then it became Asian man shot black kid in back over stealing a bottle of water. So that became a big enough deal. And then when Rick Chow hired an African-American lawyer, me, and the story began to focus on how could an African-American lawyer represent an Asian man who was accused of shooting a young black child? And so the story then turned into what is the role of criminal defense attorneys? What is the role of a person to their culture? What is the role of their person to their community? What is the role to the jurist? So it became a edict, if you will, on the practice of law. And then 80% of the United States had an opinion on what lawyers' roles in the representation of anybody.